Hey guys, this is Nick. Welcome to StrangeSpotting. Today we're going to take a look at 3 obscure Bigfoot photos. Due to the nature of photo versus video, it will be a little less easy to determine if they are fake or not. But I will still try to give you an assessment in terms of probability for each one. We'll start with this picture. I have no background info about it, unfortunately. I just stumbled across it and I thought there was something intriguing about it. On superficial view, there is nothing in particular that could give a shred of credibility to it. It just seems like a slightly more in focus and better exposed picture of a guy in a monkey suit, like many others out there. One would be quick at dismissing it as a hoax. We can extrapolate body proportions, given that no limbs, let alone the full figure, are clearly visible. But I think there is one thing that, with a bit of tinkering, can sate our curiosity. The subject's face becomes a bit more defined in this enhanced version. We can make out the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Just like we've done with some famous clips, we're going to compare the face ratios with those of a regular person, and I'll avail myself of the same portrait of this handsome young gentleman that I used for my very first video, the Pennsylvania White Bigfoot. Once the faces are resized to be of the same longitudinal length, it becomes clear that, much like with the subject from that other video, the face ratios don't match. The subject's mouth is positioned differently, closer to the chin and with a wider gap with the nose. Some of you have pointed out in the comments that for the Pennsylvania White Bigfoot a mask could not be ruled out, but there is a problem with that argument, in my opinion. Wearing a rubber mask with these specific non-human face ratios would leave someone's nose and mouth misplaced. All Halloween costumes and masks are created for the human body and face, and something like this would cause the real nose to make a bulge or the mouth to be positioned wrongly, messing up the visual result. Another aspect is that to wear a gorilla mask with these features, someone would have to commission something custom-made. I wonder how that works. Did they have to go to a costume shop and say, make me something with different face ratios so I can fool those YouTubers? Jokes aside, like I said at the beginning of this video, all I'm gonna do is give a probability assessment, and I think the subject in this photo has a fair 50% probability of being a real Sasquatch. Alright, let's move on to the second image. This is a controversial photo. There's simply no way around it. It comes from a YouTube channel called Sasquatch Ontario, owned by a man named Mike Patterson. That channel has been under attack due to the owner's personal history and to the owner of the property where Mike Patterson records his alleged evidence coming out about his involvement in faking audio of a Sasquatch voice. As a result, many have understandably dismissed the whole thing as a hoax. I don't like to court controversy and I'm not fond of belligerence, so I will not get into the details and give an opinion on the whole affair. All I'm going to do is what I usually do in this channel: observe. This picture was published on Ontario Sasquatch about a month ago, on June 7, 2023. It was part of a video called "The Clearest Sasquatch Face Photos Known." The author explains that these are 2 different shots of the same creature, a Sasquatch named Nefatia, short version Nef, that he's been in contact with through various mediums, including telepathy. I think anyone can tell with the naked eye what this is, but I must follow a rational procedure anyway and provide observable elements to base my evaluations on. I will tell you 3 details I notice about this. Number 1, the 2 shots show the exact same expression. There's not a single difference in them. They're just 2 shots of the same exact thing, at a slightly different angle and height. In the left one, the teeth are covered by the towel. In the second one, they are visible. This creates an illusion of difference. You can tell it's the exact same thing by looking in particular at the forehead's corrugations and at the nose. Number 2, the teeth are clearly a continuous plastic surface created with a mold. There is no real division between them. Number 3, the white spots in the ears are a reflection of light. I know some skin texture in the animal kingdom can partially reflect light, but these look a lot like the type of reflection some polished plastic would give off. I can't tell you whether Mike Patterson has ever had real contacts with forest people, as he calls them, or if they have supernatural abilities, as he describes, but I can say with reasonable certainty that what we're seeing here is a cheap gorilla mask, and I assign 0 probability to this photo being legitimate. Alright, third and last photo. I apologize for not being able to find background info on this image. I tried really hard, but there's not too much about it in the web. If memory serves well, I remember reading that this was taken a very long time ago inside a cave during prospecting for mining purposes. First of all, there is a distinct difference between real aged photo paper and a similar effect achieved through CGI. It bears repeating that this image has been around for many years, long before the introduction of deep learning AI software for image generation. This is indeed a very old image. Here is my extremely brightened and clarified edit. I don't remember seeing this detail elsewhere, but I might be wrong. We can clearly see that this subject has a humanoid shape and has its right arm raised. I don't know the reason, of course. I can only hypothesize that it could be to throw a rock at the prospector photographer. The other element that can be seen, even without enhancements, is the 3 pairs of eye shine. If this photo indeed comes from the early 20th century, long before the Patterson-Gimlin film, and the consequent widespread interest in the topic, the logical questions to ask are the following. Number 1. What would be the purpose of faking not 1, but 3 individuals inside a cave? Number 2. Even by taking that possibility into account, how could they have thought about eye shine? And directly connected to this question, number 3. How could someone at the beginning of the last century have faked eye shine? For these reasons, I assign a 90% probability to this photo's legitimacy. That's it for today, guys. Please let me know what you think about this photo analysis in the comments, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it and subscribe to StrangeSpotting for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.